Well, hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I'm back. I hope you guys are doing fantastic out there. In this video today, we're going to talk about some updates, some new thoughts that I have regarding this shooting that happened on Saturday. Right off the bat, I want to let you know that these are just my thoughts. These are things that I've looked at. I've looked at lots of different information sources and found different things. Some of it is an opinion, some of it is factual. So I'm going to just lay it all out here for you guys to do with it what you want. I have received many thumbs down, many thumbs ups. I've received death threats from doing these types of videos. I have received threats of people wanting to do harm to me. And none of that bothers me. The reason I'm doing these videos is to help raise awareness to the corrupt system that we're looking at in our government. Some of these things might come across as conspiracies. You know, it is what it is. What's the difference between the truth and a conspiracy theorist? Usually about 6 months. So I'm going to start off by talking about one of the Secret Service agents. Let me get this name right. I'm looking at it here on my phone. Special Agent Kerry O'Grady made numerous politically charged Facebook posts during the presidential election. The quote was, "I won't take a bullet for Trump." Outrage as female Secret Service agent reveals she wouldn't risk her life to protect the United States president because she is a Hillary Clinton fan. That is just crazy. Candace Owens did some videos. If you don't know who Candace Owens is, she is on top of things. She did some videos and she is spot on some of her stuff that she talks about. The director of Secret Service said the roof was too sloped for Secret Service agents. But after the shooting happened, it was not too sloped for FBI agents to get up there on that roof and wash it down with a pressure washer. If you want to look at the slope of that roof and compare it to the slope of the roof where the snipers were from the Secret Service, from an outside perspective that I'm looking at it from, it appears that the snipers were on a much more of a pitched roof than where the shooter was. So this just does not add up. And then I read an article, I'll read it to you. It says it was absolutely a setup. The director of Secret Service is on video lying about not wanting to place Secret Service agents on the sloped roof. The snipers that shot the shooter were themselves on a sloped roof. The left are so terrified of Trump that they're resorting to desperate measures. The left is forever gaslighting the right and calling us the violent ones. But most of the bodies that have been recorded on the side of the left. In fact, Obama's chef comes to mind. When they know too much, the left ends their life. This is not a conspiracy. These are facts. That is just crazy. Some of the stuff that's floating around. When you talk about narcissistic individuals or you talk about toxic people, when they can't kill your hopes and your dreams, they try to assassinate your character. Think about that for a second. Let's talk about Zelensky for a second. The president of Ukraine owns a $35 million home in Florida and has $1.2 billion in an overseas bank account. Zelensky owns 15 homes, 3 private planes, and has a monthly income of $11 million. So why is nobody questioning where our hard-earned tax dollars are going? Just like I said in my last video about, I think Joey is getting a piece of the pie thanks to our United States tax dollars. It's crazy. Then I want to talk about some of the comments that came through that were saying that the shooter shot and missed and it hit Trump's ear, and it doesn't matter what position the head of Trump was in, the shot would have been the same. This is not accurate. Apparently this person does not know anything about ballistics or trajectory of projectiles. If I turn my head to this angle like this and the bullet is aimed for my head, it will hit me right on the skull and go through the back side of my head. But if I turn my head and look at that jumbotron or whatever that thing that Trump was looking at, it does change the trajectory of where the bullet is going to land in regards to Trump's head. So for people that want to try to dismiss this and make it less than an assassination attempt, they're losing their minds. I've also seen videos on TikTok where you look at Trump and he's got the band-aid on his left ear, and the left is going crazy about this, saying he's lying, he was out there with a band-aid on the left, he doesn't even know what ear he got shot in. But then you look down at his lapel pin and it's on the right side of his lapel. This is simple, folks. This is just the simple video editing trick of flipping a video. I am a video editor and I flip videos from time to time to create different scenes where it looks like there's a change, but really it's the same original footage. So I wish that people would have a little bit more common sense when it comes to looking at things like this. Another thing that I want to talk about is the shooter. This dude was 20 years old. He carried a 12-foot ladder, an AR-15, 50 rounds, and then he walked a mile to Trump's rally. This shooter arrived at the SWAT team rally building after walking a mile from the Home Depot. He extended the ladder and climbed onto the building, situated about 130 yards from Trump. Armed with his father's AR-15 and 50 rounds of ammunition. How did this shooter know that the rooftop would not be guarded? How did he know that he would not encounter police coming and going from the building? How did he know the rooftop would offer a perfect vantage point to take his shots? He was not alone. This story just keeps getting more bizarre. Now I looked at the map of the overhead map that looks down at all the buildings and structures around, and also it shows the podium. There was a water tower that, to my knowledge, was not guarded. The water tower was not secured. This means there is potential, which I strongly believe, that there was a second shooter that probably could have pulled off this shot from the water tower. Not the shots that hit President Trump were from the shooter, in my opinion. If there was a second shooter involved, I think the first shooter, which is the one that is the patsy here, that shooter is probably the one that shot into the crowd, injured 2 people, and killed an innocent man. The other shot that hit Trump in the ear and also in the lapel of his coat, those 2 shots I believe came from a different location. And I'm looking at this water tower, looking at trajectory and thinking it wouldn't be impossible to pull that off. It's very, very interesting to think about. I don't think that this shooter was alone. If you want to talk about the shooter saying that he was a Republican, he was a registered Republican, as I stated in my last video, but he was a member of the New York City Antifa, Los Angeles Antifa Network, Chicago Anti-Racist Action. He was part of the Portland Black Bloc, Seattle Antifa Collective, Minneapolis demonstrations. And with this list, you still believe that this kid was a Republican? It doesn't look like it. So you want to look at a picture of this kid and think that this is the brilliant mastermind who outsmarted the most sophisticated security team in the world all by himself? This guy right here? You think that he outsmarted all of this? Come on, guys. In fact, this kid was on a high school shooting team, and he had the far lane to the right. He was shooting so terrible that his shots were landing 20 feet away from his target, and he was kicked off the shooting team as a result. The kid could not shoot. That's another reason why I think there was a second shooter involved. You want to look at how the left likes to put out there that it was an AR-15 all the time. Look at this. Olvade was a Democrat. Buffalo was a Democrat. The shooter in Boulder was a Democrat. Orlando, Democrat. Parkland, Democrat. Nashville, Democrat. Las Vegas, Democrat. Sandy Hook, Democrat. San Bernardino, Democrat. Midland and Odessa, Democrat. Colorado Springs, Democrat. The Tree of Life Synagogue, Democrat. Powys Synagogue, Democrat. Leviston, Democrat. These are all Democrats. Every single one of these that I just mentioned was AR-15s. Then you got the FBI reporting that they cannot get into the shooter's phone. He was a lone wolf shooter is the narrative that they're trying to put out there. But yet they say that they cannot hack into his phone. Why is that? If you or me would have done something that went against the agenda, they would have been in our phone within minutes. But for some reason his password was too strong that they cannot access his phone? No, I don't buy that. Proud Army Brat puts out here, how does a 20-year-old loner that never had a job and lived at home outsmart the Philadelphia State Police, Butler City Local Police, and the U.S. Secret Service so effortlessly? Think about that, folks. That he was able to climb a ladder with a rifle and spend 4 minutes preparing his aim before getting shots off. How is that possible? It just does not add up. You know, people want to unsubscribe from my channel. They want to thumb down my video. They want to leave me death threats and negative comments that I have to remove. Send me nasty emails. But you know what? None of that matters to me. What matters to me is getting people to start thinking for themselves without thinking the way they're told to think. And I've been accused of doing that. You're drinking the Kool-Aid. And then one comment came through and said, hey, I've been subbed to your channel for a while, but after this video, you're drinking the Kool-Aid. I need to let you know that I'm unsubscribing. This is not the airport. You don't have to announce your departures. If you don't like what you see here, just leave. No problem at all. These are some of the things that I wanted to update you on. Some of the things, thoughts and things that I'm going through my head right now. Well, folks, that's all I have for you today. I want to say thank you for joining me today on this video. Please feel free to like this video or unlike this video. If you want to subscribe, good. If you want to unsubscribe, that's good. Leave a comment or a nasty comment and I'll delete it. But you can do whatever you want. None of these things are going to faze me. I'm here to put out information to people that don't have access to it or don't know how to do the homework to find this information. So with all that being said, folks, again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, please feel free to leave comments down below. And you know what the rules are down there. And until next time, I hope you guys have a beautiful day. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now, everybody.